This is a 4T65 input drum, and I want to show you all something here. This drum here I put together, okay, and I had it sitting to the side. I rebuilt it, put clutches and everything in there, made sure everything was okay, so that I thought. However, after putting it inside of a transmission, what happened, the vehicle would slide shift, bump, and sometime it didn't want to move at all. It had issues, and so I had to take that transmission back out, and I found out that these clutches here, they seem to have been kind of burnt, and I was wondering how come they were burnt. Well, one thing I didn't do that I normally do, that you're going to have to do all the time, and that is to air check this drum. And it's not because the seals and the things that were put in this drum were bad, but something else was bad on this drum. I'm going to show you here. I may have to, let me get some oil or something. What happened is, you know, I air checked, and I figure, oh, that's okay. Alright, so you got this part here, it's a hole here, the air check there, in between these seals, there's one air check here. This is an oblong shape, you got to put your hand around there, and it fits very good. The problem was with this one. Even though it air checked well, something was happening, and what was happening was right around here. I'll put this right here, so as you see that? Can y'all see that blowing out? What was happening? Somewhere around this drum here, the weld is cracked. Get a little closer here, but somewhere around here the weld is cracked in this drum, and it was leaking. Put some more of that in there and blow in again. See that? So when it apply, it lose pressure around here, and it was causing a problem with the transmission. This is the input drum. I very rarely, I guess, run into a problem like this. However, I have seen this broken, you know, where the snap ring came out, very rare. But this one here I have not come across before. However, it caught me. So every time you have to, when you put a transmission or put one of these drums in, if you put it together, air check it. Now that doesn't mean that if you put it in and then a month down the road that the weld won't crack and then you have this problem. But you want to make sure before you put it in that you don't have the problem, okay, if you're going to use it. So that was bad. Just want to show you, make sure you air check drums and make sure they're tight, because you will be pulling the transmission back out and have to try to figure out what is going on. Now I'm going to take this apart, and you'll see that these clutches were burnt up because of that big air leak. It's burnt up. So alright, the ones behind it were fine. So what you have to do, make sure you air check the drums. The minute you make that assumption, that's the minute you get caught.